Episode 6 of Matthews versus Laine, and let's get right down to business. Let's take a look at the new and improved Team Laine. You guys voted on the poll at the end of the episode. Brent Burns has been added to the team, as I figured he would be, which is why I had him involved in the poll to begin with. We do lose the tape-to-tape synergy, which could really affect our team. That helped to boost up Patrick Weirkoch, John Michael Lyles, and also Patrick Laine, not as though he needed it. But we'll see how much of an effect that has on the team. Burns with Shane Gostisbehere on the top pairing. Of course, Rick Nash is here on this team as well. Let's see what Team Laine can do. Let's get right into the gameplay. Let's go.
St. Louis carrying on through center.
Weirkoch goes flat-footed. We get a huge save from Cam Ward. Hopefully that's not a theme tonight, with players going flat-footed for no reason.
Fires. Oh, that one hit someone on the way.
And Darren Helm gets the freebie. I'll take it. I will take it. The freebie for Darren Helm. Lovely stuff. We get the 1-0 lead, which is good. It hasn't been the finest of starts with my AI so far, so I'll take anything I can get. Darren Helm, the opening goal.
Roadblock by Bork. On to Lyles. Gains the
John Michael Lyles, big save there, and it's gonna go in. That's hilarious. And it's only hilarious because it didn't happen to me. Unassisted goal for John Michael Lyles, of all people.
another goal into play. Pitching it to Voracek.
Come on, Ghost Bear. Come on, Burns.
What do we have here?
That's a penalty shot. I genuinely don't know what Brent Burns was doing there. He had me in support. I missed the poke check, and then he disappeared. He disappeared. And he gets a penalty shot with Voracek. Fuck me. Alright, come on. What do you got? What do you got? Man, I thought I played that relatively well, but he gets the goal. Didn't play it perfectly. Thought I played it well enough, considering most people could be on the other side of the crease and still make the save. But, alright, I can see why that'd go in. That's a goal, and I completely blame our new addition, Brent Burns, for that. Good stuff from Holla. Andrew Shaw, backhand, gets the goal back before the end of the period. Good goal from Andrew Shaw. It is 3-1. 4 goals in the first period. What a defensive showing from both of us.
We have begun the second period. And he steps across the line.
Kinnan for Evander Kane. It gets poked off of him. Back for Laine. He gets the goal. 4-1 and an upgrade from my opponent's team. What a shot from Patrick Laine. Lovely stuff there. And this game turned. I was nervous once he scored on the penalty shot. For the moment, I can breathe somewhat easily.
Continuing now along the boards. Shot. No time to react.
Holy shit. Laine. Snipe it. What a save, denying us another upgrade. Laine, though, sneaks it back, gets it from McKinnon. The snipe again. We're denied of an upgrade.
Hangs onto it. Brings it in front.
Darren Helm is denied on the doorstep. Helm for Rick Nash. Oh my god, Nash, you're just... That's current playoffs Nash, or was current playoffs Nash. Oh boy, yeah, that's who I was aiming to. Nice. Good stuff, EA. Good stuff. Aiming to my guy on the right boards there, and that's why I mentioned I could breathe easy for a second. It's, I don't know. Got a bad feeling about this. Nylander. Nylander for Rick Nash. Rick Nash, you are just the worst. Stashny, backdoor for Rick Nash, and finally, 18th time is the charm for Rick Nash here in this game for Team Laine. Again, he's not an exclusive player. We'll see him in the next game for Team Matthews. But good for him to get a goal on what had to have been at least his 6th high-quality chance.
The Jets win it. To
Rene Bourque for Brooks, like he continues to be a goal-scoring machine. Is that going to be the rage quit here for Team Laine? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he just didn't want to watch the goal. What's it going to be, pal? What is it going to be? And it is. It is the rage quit, which is good because now I can talk about what I was originally going to mention before we played with Team Matthews. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go 7.5K packs for the rage quit, because the way I view it is, if Laine or Matthews, if they get the upgrade from the other team, that's good. But forcing the rage quit, that's a full team effort, which, does go hand in hand with how well Laine or Matthews perform. So Laine and Matthews, directly getting the upgrades from the other team, that's a good reward. And then just the general upgrade for the team performing well and getting the rage quit. I feel like it's fair. Now, of course, in episode, episode 4, where we opened up a shitload of those packs, I was tempted to go back and maybe look at players that we packed from those, but it is tough to say, and I think we're just going to let that go, which is a bit of a shame. Using Philip Forsberg, Patrick Sharp, and Johnny Boychuk would have been nice, but we are going to start fresh, and with Team Laine here, we get a 7.5K pack and the one player from my opponent's team, thanks to the goal from Patrick Laine. Now we are going to start off with the 7.5K pack. That way, say we get a left wing, we look at my opponent's team, that way we might not have to go for the left wing. Maybe that'll open up space to get, say, a left defenseman or something like that. So it just makes sense to open the pack first. We do get Karl Alzner, which is fantastic because that is kind of what I was hoping for. We do need new left-handed shots. We get Phil DeGiuseppe as well. So potentially 2 guys that'll be in the lineup. Alzner for sure. And we get Jared Denorty, who is not likely to make the lineup. But for Team Laine, at the very least, they'll be adding Karl Alzner, along with whoever we get from the opponent's team. Our last bit of business with Team Laine for the day involves picking one player from my opponent's team. And obviously anybody from that top line would be a decent addition. We could also look at the goaltending upgrade in John Gibson. So it's a tough call. The best forward on the team is Nicholas Backstrom, slightly better than Voracek if you look at the key stats. So my decision for you guys, Nicholas Backstrom or John Gibson. I have a feeling I know who is going to win, but do we take the best forward on my opponent's team, or do we upgrade from Cam Ward as our starting goaltender? The decision is up to you. Changing our focus to Team Matthews, and again, because of the rage quit in the last episode, we get a 7.5K pack for this team. Of course, with Team Laine, we just got Karl Alzner. Can we get a game changer for Team Matthews? We start off with Chris Thorburn. Not quite. We get Tyler Ennis, not a bad player at all. And again, keep in mind, Rick Nash is also joining this team. So at the very least, Tyler Ennis and Rick Nash, not terrible additions at the early stage here. And that's all we're going to get. So Tyler Ennis, so let's see where you fit into the Team Matthews lineup. Your first look at the new Team Matthews. Of course, everything else remains the same, aside from Rick Nash being in on the 3rd line left wing spot and Tyler Ennis being in on the 4th line left wing spot. An embarrassment of riches, at least for this stage of the series, with left-handed shots. Of course, defensively, we're looking all right. Ben Bishop, our goaltender. Of course, Cam Ward still in there to have team shot blocking active. Team Matthews is set up very well. Patrick Laine scored a goal in his game for this episode. What can Austin Matthews do in response?
Good grab again.
Chara.
Shot on.
Wrist it. Nylander on the doorstep. Somehow doesn't score. He gets it for Larkin. Who does? That new second line. Good shift from them. And we get on the board first here. Radko. Andrew Shaw. Ryan Hartman. Can't get the goal. Good hit from Shaw. Hartman for Tyler Ennis. He's denied. Ennis had a wide open net, and he couldn't handle it. No debut goal for Tyler Ennis there. Oh my God, look at this. How did he not get that rebound shot off?
The puck is free, now taken up by Ellis.
Matthews. Tyler Toffoli. Austin Matthews is denied. Damn, good save from Elliott. Matthews gets the snipe. Patrick Laine, eat your heart out, pal. Austin Matthews continues to lead not only in goal scoring. Actually, are they tied now? I don't even know. Point-wise, it's absolutely in favor of Austin Matthews, though. And that will be another upgrade for his team that is already looking better on paper. Nylander. Can't get the snipe, damn. William Nylander. Nylander, the hands. The hands of William Nylander, and that is why he continues to stick around on Team Matthews and Team Laine, for that matter. Marian Gaborik and Zdeno Chara with the assists. The hands.
Waiting back in their own end. Onside.
Darren Helm walks in, gets the goal. That might be the rage quit. That might be the rage quit. What a goal from Darren Helm. Just splits the defense. Is that going to be it? Will that be back-to-back rage quits for Team Matthews? It very well could be. Maybe not. Looks like my opponent's sticking around.
Terrific determination by Saw. And a good job in the goal crease. Behind the net. The Maple Leafs lug the puck in the defensive zone. Gets in.
Ryan Hartman, after the stretch pass, is tripped. It'll be a penalty shot for Ryan Hartman. All right, the fourth line right wing. What can he do here? He can get the goal. He snipes him. Jimmy Howard had no chance. Still no rage quit from my opponent at 5-0, but it could happen at any moment. Larkin for Gaborik. Snipes it. Marian Gaborik. A little bit cheap. But I'll take it. Trying like hell to force the rage quit. It is 6-0. My opponent is a trooper for hanging in there. But a goal for Marian Gaborik. Braden McNabb to Darren Helm. It is 7-0. The extra point is good. It is 7-0. It was already touchdown Team Matthews. Unfortunately, Austin hasn't been involved with the vast majority of these goals, but my opponent just will not quit.
Good jab with the stick there. Shoots. That shot came from nowhere. With this puck being so close to that, this is all a reactionary save.
Matthews to Toffoli. You may have noticed, though, my opponent pulled his goalie. And while technically I could count that as a point for Austin, I'm not going to. I think that'd be a bit much. I mean, clearly my opponent's given up. You could factor this almost as a rage quit instead of getting the extra player from my opponent's team, because it is very obvious he's given up. He just doesn't want to rage quit. So I don't know. For now, I'm only going to factor in the, I believe, 1 point for Austin, and then we can decide from there if we want to, count that goal as a pack or anything. Although it's funny, his goalie's back in the crease now, so I don't quite know what he's doing. As we may get another one. Nylander, backdoor for Larkin. There's another one. There is another one. 9-0, and he hasn't quit. I commend him. I do.
Rubbed him right out. I think the glass is still rattling after that big hit. Great pressure. Tremendous pressure. Big save there. In behind with it.
Toffoli to Logan Couture. The touchdown, the extra point, and the field goal. And that will do it. 10-0 on the board. And really, I don't get anything out of that game, I mean, there's no satisfaction in dominating somebody in a lower division. I feel bad for them, if anything. The hope is to make them rage quit, because otherwise I just sit here, I feel like an asshole, and really I didn't get anything out of that game aside from, I believe, the one Austin Matthews point. We're not going to factor in the empty net point, so I believe he only had the one goal. Let me double check here. Yeah, he had the one goal, so that's it. I will factor in, well, actually, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I want to do for, like, the overlay. I don't even think I'm going to factor in that assist for Matthews. We're only going to say that he had the goal. You know, I guess we'll count the assist, but I'm not going to take the upgrade for it. How's that sound? So, I'm happy that's over. To my opponent, I mean, geez, you're a champion for sticking around. Let's go see who we're taking from his team. As we get a look at my opponent's team, obviously the first person you're going to notice is the Stanley Cup Rick Nash. And there are a couple of decent options: Nash, Bergeron, Grabner, and Tyler Johnson. A couple of decent options for sure. And then defensively, Matt Niskanen is the highlight, and we could use another right-handed defenseman. We'd have to get rid of the heavy hitter synergy, but that's fine. It's not like that's a major sacrifice. So it's tough. I feel like we're in a similar situation to what we had with Brent Burns. Statistically, Tyler Johnson is the best player. I would rather have Tyler Johnson, but I feel like there would be support for this Rick Nash because, of course, it is a Stanley Cup card. Bergeron as well, maybe. So you know what I'm going to do? Because I can't decide, and fuck it, I want you guys to decide. It is going to be a 5-player poll. We have 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. It's Patrice Bergeron versus Rick Nash versus Michael Grabner versus Tyler Johnson versus Matt Niskanen. The choice is yours. Who joins Team Matthews for the next episode? And just like that, that will do it for this episode of Matthews versus Laine. Again, cruising our way through the early divisions as you would expect. It's going to be that way with a series of mine. Obviously, I'm going to cruise through the early divisions, but at this rate, we'll be seeing the top 3 divisions in no time, and that is where this series could get very, very interesting. Time will tell, but in the meantime, we continue to build up this teams, and for me at least, it'll be interesting to see when we finally get caught. Who will be the first team to lose a game, which could happen sooner rather than later. You never know. Any given game, we could just get a bit of bad luck and drop the game. But guys, again, that will do it for this one. I hope you did enjoy. Of course, if you did, make sure to hit that like button to help support the channel, and subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series and others. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Matthews versus Laine.